Alright, hi everybody, what's going on? It's the Wrestling King 619 here, back at you with another video. Now, this time we're going to be talking about SmackDown that happened last night, actually. SmackDown started with Nick Aldis in the ring calling out Nia Jax to be crowned as Queen of the Ring, and she said, "I will get my shot at SummerSlam," and demanded for Bayley to come out. She did, but Piper and Chelsea attacked her from behind, and Piper continued beating her up in the ring. Chelsea said to Nia that you do not have to worry about Bayley because SummerSlam Piper will be champion. And Nia said, "I don't care who the champion is because I will annihilate them." Now we go to the trainer's room, and Bayley is getting checked on, and Naomi came in and said, "Are you good enough to fight tonight?" And she said, "Hell yeah." Naomi said that she has her back. Well, where was she when Bayley was getting beat up? I don't know. Now it's Tommaso Ciampa versus Austin Theory with Gargano and Waller at ringside. Theory gave him a couple of neck breakers, and Theory gave him the ataxia, and pinned him, but Ciampa kicked out. Waller was telling the commentators, which I don't know why, that the only reason why Theory is still relevant is because of him and the Grayson Waller rub, and the distraction led to a roll up, and Ciampa won. We go backstage to Nick Aldis talking to Blair Davenport, but then Naomi interrupted and said that her and Bayley want a tag match against Chelsea and Piper, and Blair said that you piss me off, but you will have no doubt exactly who I am, and Nick Aldis made the tag match official. It will probably be next week, probably Naomi versus Blair. Then LA Knight, came on the scene and said, "What's this crap with AJ? Is he really retiring?" And Aldis said, "Honestly, I don't know." Then he asked where Logan Paul was, and Aldis and him, they sat down, but they went to commercial break. Then we go backstage again, and Caleb Braxton is interviewing Knight about the sit-down he just had with Aldis. And he said that Logan Paul isn't here this week, and he said that he wants a match for the U.S. title. Then Carmelo interrupted and said, "Why would LA want to face you?" I think he meant Logan Paul. And Knight said, "Well, because if I wanted to face myself, I'd look in the mirror. Get the names right." And Carmelo said, "You can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk?" Now back to the ring, and it's Andrade versus Apollo Crews. And during the match, Angel Garza came out and distracted Andrade, and Crews took advantage. Andrade gave him the double knees in the corner and pinned Crews, but he kicked out. Crews gave him a gorilla press slam and a standing moonsault and pinned him, but Andrade kicked out. Angel distracted Crews and with a spinning back elbow and a corkscrew suplex of some sort that he calls the message. Andrade won the match, and after the match, the rest of Legado came out, but they did not fight. They showed that last week that Owens returned and came to the aid of Orton against the Bloodline. And then we go to a talking segment with the Bloodline. Heyman said that when Reigns was in charge, there was a lot of violence in the Bloodline, but that was to preserve the family. But before the violence, there was a lot of counsel from a wise man, meaning him. He said, "I see that you're recruiting very violent men, and all I see is random acts of violence, but I don't see strategy at all. The strategy," and Solo said, "the strategy has to be that and Heyman said that the strategy has to be that when Roman comes back, we have Cody Rhodes in check." And Solo said, "We've got him in check, and he doesn't even know it." Then backstage, Angel and Andrade were talking, but Crews was beating up Angel, and officials had to separate them. Now we go back to the ring, and Kevin Owens is talking. And he said that last week I traveled all the way to Saudi Arabia to make sure I had Randy's back. And the last, actually, scratch that. The last, actually, Randy Orton has had my back for a while, for the last past few years. And I just wanted to make sure that Randy had somewhat of a fair fight facing Gunther in the finals of the tournament. He said, Randy isn't here tonight, but I know Solo is, and I'm here too. But then Heyman interrupted him. He said, I'd like to come in the ring and talk to you man to man. And the crowd was chanting, We want Roman. And Heyman said, There isn't a person in this building who wants a Roman more than I do, because you keep calling for Solo. He has no respect for you, and he's recruiting very violent men, criminals, thugs, to take you out. These are the people you're antagonizing. They're not even people, they're wild animals. And they're looking for an excuse to take you out, and I'm begging you to please back off. Owens said, What have you done that would make me ever want to trust you? I'm not falling for the fact anymore. And you're the one pulling the strings, I bet. I fought the bloodline for 4 years, but I'm still standing. He said, That bloodline I respected, not Solo and the two other guys that nobody wants here. And as far as your help goes, I don't want it or need it. You can take that help and shove it straight up your ass. Actually, I added that part. Heyman said, Maybe I'm not trying to help you. Maybe I'm trying to save you. You've redeemed yourself time and time again, but no one thinks Paul Heyman is capable of redeeming himself. And Heyman was having a fit and accidentally threw the microphone at Owens. And he was about to beat him up. But then the rest of the bloodline came out. But Owens wasn't alone. He had backup too, in the form of the Street Profits. And they beat up the bloodline. Now we go back to in-ring competition, and it's the Street Profits versus Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. And B-Fab and Heyman are at ringside. I guess no Owens or Solo. Street Profits did a double team blockbuster, and Dawkins pinned Tonga Loa, but Tama Tonga broke it up. Dawkins pounced Tonga Loa, but didn't see the tag, and he gave Loa a sit-down powerbomb and Ford with the huge frog splash. But with the flatliner from Tama Tonga, the legal man, a Bloodline would win. Now we go backstage to Jade and Bianca. And Indy came on the scene and said, You're going to Raw to hurt more people? Just like you did Candice, and she's out with the knee injury. And Bianca said, Well, she attacked my knee first. So the way I look at it, well, she started and I ended it. And Jade said, I'll gladly put you on the shelf like like we did Candice. Now we go backstage again, and Kayla Braxton is interviewing Meechin about how Styles might be retiring because she's also a member of the OC. But then Nia Jax interrupted her. She said the focus of the night should be about me, and about me being queen of the ring. She said, You can't step up to me. But she did, and Nia said, You're going to regret that. Now we go back to the ring, and it's Naomi and Bayley versus Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. Naomi gave Chelsea the rear view and pinned her, but Piper broke it up with a senton and squashed both of them, but slung Chelsea on top of Naomi, and that's a pin, and Piper and Chelsea won. Now we go back to the ring. Wait, hold on, wait. Oh yeah. Now AJ Styles is in the ring talking about his future in WWE, and Gallus and Anderson are there too, because remember they're also part of OC. Also with Meechin, but she wasn't there for this time. Styles said, I've really been thinking about this. And Nick Aldis said that if I want another opportunity against Cody Rhodes, then I will have to get back of the line. But I can't do this in this point of my career. He said, I've been busting my body for over 2 decades. Actually, it's actually almost about 3 decades, actually, because of, TNA, I think, since, like, the mid-90s. I want to say, like 97 or something. But yeah, so 27 years. Yeah, for over 2 decades, all over the world. I just went to my son's graduation from high school, and seeing all his friends and family, and it hit me. How much of these have I missed? And he said, instead of me becoming a phenomenal wrestler, I might have to be a phenomenal father. And he said, I could have done this without you, Gallows and Anderson. We're brothers. And they did the two sweet hand thingies. Then Cody came out, and Styles said, it's a good thing you. Oh, wait, and then Styles called out Cody Rhodes, and he came out. And And Styles said, it's a good thing you came out because I wanted to tell you face to face that our match at Backlash was one of the best matches I've ever had. But this is still the house that AJ Styles built. And I'm here to hand you over the keys. Um, Cody said, after the match, I texted you and asked you if you were okay, and you said, I'm all good, little bro. In behalf of myself and the locker room, you are a big bro. Thank you. And they hugged. But then Styles beat him up. He pulled the Mark Henry John Cena thing. Alright. Um I will catch you guys on my next video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and peace. Stay good.